Hello again, adventurers. Hello again, adventurers. So that was me forgetting to mute the stream. So we just had a repeat of me going, hello again. Hello. It was funny. Anyway, hi everybody. Welcome back to Realms of the Wild. Yeah. Last week was fun. Or last session was fun. I still, I'm not kidding. I keep coming up with more useless items, despite the fact that the game is over. Like, I had so much fun coming up with things like that approval that you've always been searching for. Oh, and also a scrunchie. You know, I mean, they were just wonderful, wonderful things. One day we will revisit that. But
you should really make a book and sell it as a book of useless things to put them
I might publish something like that in the DM's Guild.
Things.
On the DM's
Guild. A book
Guild
of magical items.
Exactly.
Deck of many useless things.
There is an item in the D&D called a Robe of Useless Items, where its special ability is you just pull useless items on. And they have a little table. And yeah, just expanding that with things like, if hope was a tangible object, it would look nothing like this leaf. Which is still, I think, my favorite.
I believe.
If it's not there yet, please add soap on a rope, but it's missing the soap.
I like that.
Mwah, Chef Geese. It's beautiful.
So, announcer moments. You guys may not be aware of this, but we are among royalty at this particular point in time.
Did someone buy a lordship at a 3 square foot country?
I think at like 3 a.m. Central Time or something. There's a tweet about it or something. Elias has officially become a Pokemon master.
Let me be clear about something. I was already a Pokemon.
You just got the title.
He finally got it in the mail.
He 100%ed the Arceus Pokedex, which I have to admit, if you haven't played Pokemon Legends Arceus, it's a lot of fun. I don't think it's for absolutely everyone, but I think most people could have a blast with the game. The new Pokemon, we have nothing to do with Pokemon here. Nintendo barely knows of our existence.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, no, they do.
For those of us who
Maybe
stream
this show's
Pokemon,
existence.
it's a good thing.
But, so this isn't sponsored in any way, but it's a super fun game. Like, I've had a blast playing it.
I will say for those who, like me, have sim sickness issues, it is one of the few games where you can rotate your field of view and it doesn't necessarily make me sick, because you don't have to be continuously doing things or it freaks out, which a lot of those games do. You can be like, and now I'm on a focal point. Oh, you know what? Slightly shift, keep going. So I can actually play it. Yay.
Glad.
Always nice.
I bet you that I will get motion sick.
I mean, I have severe motion sickness. 30 minutes with a game like that, and I'm either passed out or throwing up. Like, that is how bad it is. But I'm able to get it balanced right for Arceus.
I would really love...
I get motion sick looking at moving water.
Which is fair.
I would really love, with the huge push
for
inclusivity in games specifically, where they're trying to add accessibility to games. I would love for just one studio to look into the motion sickness thing, because there is a way to prevent it.
Like, Microsoft probably could do it.
They know, though, that it disproportionately affects women compared to men.
That was not something I was aware of. You learned something interesting
I don't know if they actually know that, because that would require them knowing something about.
Well, I'm talking about like scientific studies.
No, I know it's a fact. I'm just saying they may not actually. Well,
some
I could
of
see
them
Mike
may,
Kurtzhoff
and-
trying to
Not
take it.
everyone reads research articles for the fun.
No,
of it.
not everyone does.
Nobody
one
is
of those people.
Ilea.
Hey, I read them
I
every
read them.
morning. I get neuroscience, linguistics, and language acquisition sent to me every morning, and it's
right. You're also-
fascinating.
Oh, right. You also are part of that world.
here's the
I'm
thing,
the dumb person here.
The research articles that I read also include like the physical embodied rhetoric of "This Is America," which is
well.
the Childish Gambino song.
You
So
could break
those
that-
are also
you could
the
break down
actual-
that music video for years.
Those are the academic articles that I read as
Keep it up.
well. I read articles about Lizzo's rhetoric. Like, I don't just go, and now we're going to go into the super crazy chemical formulas, blah, blah, blah. That's
so
just a side
as
fun
we've
thing.
as
And
we are
Parkinson's.
as we've learned,
And
Chucks and
Alzheimer's.
Ilea are both nerds,
I
and we
read
love them
Here
for it.
is-
Papers
isn't.
for fun.
I
You're
mean,
right.
We're playing an RPG
Yeah.
based on the Legend of Zelda
Who here
Alex,
is
I don't know how to
Yes,
tell you
Elias
this,
is
but
wearing a Link hat.
with
No,
a
this is-
Beholder T-shirt.
this is my nightcap.
I went to a show
appreciate it.
wearing the Xalia hoodie, so I know
We're
I'm
all
part of the
nerds
problem.
here.
Problem.
Nerds are not the problem.
Alex, I
Oh,
don't
no,
like
we're
your
not talking.
attitude. I don't like your attitude here.
So we're just going to say no more Alex today.
Bye, be gone.
Not if I can help it. No,
Are you going
can't-
back to the
I
retail
can't
days?
mute his specific.
I did
stream,
actually
so all I can do is
technically
turn off
just
his
get a
camera.
part-time job at a retail place.
Oh, I'm so
Get some money.
sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I figured out a way to fix. But by the way, this is completely
Ever
satire.
having to
Do
be in
not
retail.
do not think that this is in any way meant to be an actual solution, but it's really funny. I figured out a way to fix our broken prison system. Abolish prisons. Every criminal, instead of being sent to prison for the entirety of their term, has to work retail or the service industry in general. We would
Oh no.
we would destroy criminality in a generation.
I think that every time someone's about to become part of the 1%, they need to work a year in retail before they can access that money.
That would be fun. Although
think just
I
everyone
don't
should work
agree with you,
retail.
Trainer Jody. Because when I used to work at IHOP, there was an old lady server who used to work there. She probably died.
Jesus Christ.
She's
All right.
dead now. Thank God.
Fun tangent, but all
I
right.
am the one who has tombstones on my cardigan, and you're the one who's more morbid.
She
than me
probably
right
died.
now.
So what are we playing? End of story.
No. So she used to be in jail. She used to be in jail, and she was working at IHOP, which is a terrible place to work, emotionally and mentally. And this one time, I don't remember how it even came up. I think I was holding like the steak knives, and I was putting them away, but I was like holding them so that no one would get stabbed while I walked. And she comes up to me and she says something, and then she starts talking about how to kill someone. And she goes, what you want to do is you want to take it and you want to go. And she had crazy eyes. You go in, up, and out.
Yeah, because that
And
way
she
you're
like takes
messing
it
up
and she's
internal
showing
organs.
it to me. I know, but having a little old lady do that to you with crazy eyes while holding a steak knife after telling you that she was in jail for for violence, kind of offsetting. So no, I
thank
don't think having people work in
Uh,
a serving industry.
Alex,
Yeah,
Alex, you do not want to be combative
I
to the
think
people with crazy eyes and a steak knife who know how to hurt people and kill
Yeah,
them.
I
don't.
think the
I don't
idea
wanna do
is
that either.
there. Maybe it's not fully developed, but I think like the bones are there. You know, maybe put them in retail with a shock collar or something. I don't know. I'm just thinking.
God.
Maybe no, we do not shock collar human beings
Anyway,
or animals, in my opinion. But
anyway.
When did animals
Oh,
come into this?
well, shock collars,
That's
Um,
what people actually use them for.
yes.
Sometimes.
I mean, you know
dear.
what? If everyone fully consents and it's not coerced and it's fully and enthusiastic, they can use shock collars in their lives however they
So
wish.
cool stuff is cool is our second announcement.
thank God, please.
Apparently, that was all part of the Elias as a Pokemon master.
Putting ma-
Yes.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
uncomfortable.
Well, we got to the idea of masters
I'm not.
in one
No,
point.
God.
But
Are we back to the Elias's daddy conversation?
Yes.
Not again.
What
no,
happens
no,
before
no.
stream
Master
stays
Daddy?
before stream unless we forget to turn off our audio when we do the pre-live.
there's so much stuff you don't see before we hit the go live button.
And more importantly, don't hear.
Yeah. It's
There's a. You think this is wild?
It's so much
So,
more
yeah.
innocent than we're setting it up as.
cool stuff is cool.
Times.
Any other cool stuff? I unlocked the community tab on my YouTube channel. Is that cool stuff?
Yay!
I did a poll. I was very proud. I think like 20 some odd or 30 some odd people voted in it. That is really huge for me.
Very cool.
Yay!
I'm proud of you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Daddy.
I'm leaving. I am quitting this show.
Um,
I'm quitting the internet.
another
All right,
completely
you can't
unrelated
call him Daddy,
announcement.
You have to call him Master.
We are
now.
looking for a new castmate for Realms of the Wild.
I do have a question for chat.
No more ice breaking Goron for all of you.
I am like considering actually activating my affiliate code after 3.5 years.
Ooh.
Affiliate code?
So if chat has opinions, let me know.
Affiliate
On
code
what?
for Twitch.
If I should, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, just affiliate status.
It's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't.
It's not
I
a
wasn't sure yet,
bad
but-
idea to be
For no other reason, just do it to unlock all the channel features you don't get without it.
Yeah.
It's nice. You know, channel points are just super fun to play around with.
Polls.
Yeah.
Emotes.
Yeah, the emotes is the
Nice.
one that I'm like. Yeah.
Emotes are a lot of fun. I have
But
3.
I've
Nobody
not
uses them.
I've
I
not
don't-
set it
I
up
have
for
I have
3.5
one
years.
subscriber. We're
Oh
actually
my.
talking about it on my Wednesday night gig a game. One of my players goes, "Well, how many subscribers do you have now, Jody?" And we were on Twitch. So I'm like, "I have 1," and that one is my friend, whom I think subscribes me just to let me know that there are people out there that think I'm cool enough to give me small amounts of money. Like, I think that's the only reason that Elias has subscribed to me, is just go, well, he doesn't have anything. I might as well do something.
That's not my mentality.
It's not. Oh, you just forgot that you forgot to cancel the subscription.
No, I go through my subscriptions every so often and cancel the ones I don't want to do anymore.
Oh,
And I keep yours.
I love how angry that was. And I keep yours.
I got rid of Alex's though.
Makes sense.
There. Understandable.
That is.
If I play more Link to the Past randomizer, will you resub?
Talk to me when you play more Metroid.
That was the
Oh.
other announcement I was thinking about putting on there, is going, where's Metroid? Why haven't we heard more about Metroid Prime 4?
I will
now
play
that we've
Metroid-
had a game, expect no Metroid news for like 5 more years.
It's like, we gave you something
Fine,
4
Elias,
years ago.
I will play Prime.
I'm
At
one
some point this month.
follower away from 300 right now.
Ooh.
So,
You have more followers than I do at Twitch.
well, I mean that's about how I started my Twitch channel too, right? Like the way it started was with charity streams, and it was kind of a big event thing. So it started strong and drew in people, and slowly building. Now,
I cheated. I was on
That
Twitch
is
things
100%
every day.
Yeah, that's where most of my subscribers came from, was Twitch things.
Yep.
Like, that was the greatest thing. It was really funny. There was a streamer that used to do this thing, and I'm not going to get into, like, it turned into drama really, really quick. But before it was just countless drama, this streamer used to just pick Twitch sing streamers that had like 0 views, and would duet with them, or 0 followers, and would duet with them and go and like just like show them off and go, how in the world does this person have less than, you know, an insert number? And they had me, because I was friends with both the people that hosted this show. They had me on there at least once. They go, how do you only have how do you have less than the 300 followers? I'm like, because I don't stream. I play Twitch Sings offline. The online game, I play it offline and then
Most
go to
people
other
do,
people's
though.
streams and
Most
then beg them
people
to sing
did,
with
though.
me. I miss Twitch Sings.
That's how I met you.
Yeah, that's how Jackson and I met. We sang together. By the way,
I
Jackson,
listened to all of our seeds last night.
remind me. I just bought a bunch of a couple karaoke tracks, and you and I need to discuss singing together on one of them at least. So
Yes.
I did it forever ago with Kiri. I'm trying to do it again with Kiri, but she's like successful. It's weird.
Are you implying that the rest of us are not successful?
That was a backhanded.
Yes.
Not,
my
I'm not.
insult
I'm
to
open with that
Jax
option.
is-
I'm not.
So, on another unrelated announcement, we're looking for 4 new cast members for Realms of the Wild. Yeah, so if you've been watching and you've always wanted to try it, maybe.
No, screw that. We're looking for a new DM as executive producer of this show.
Oh yeah, that's true. I have executive power. Nah.
Imp be all of them.
Imp
Yes,
be all of
we would
them.
just have 4 imps on screen the entire time.
We need
probably
different
do
voices
that.
for each.
He would.
You'd probably do that.
Imp is
And
in
you have to have
2 of
4
my games
microphones
now.
and like mute them
Oh.
and unmute them.
And he plays 3 different well, technically 4 different characters across both of them, because he plays Smegwick, Spitwick, Imp himself, and then his 4th character hasn't been revealed, but it's on my other one, and I'm pretty sure he'll come up with other ones when he's there too.
So is all these characters chaotic neutral?
I can't believe
All these
you
characters
spoiled
are
the fourth
chaotic imp.
character's existence.
Okay.
One of the characters can only speak in vague emotions and pictures, and yet he still disrupts my game with it. So, yeah. Anyway, do you guys want to like play an RPG?
I mean, we could, or this could be a podcast
Yeah.
episode.
I mean,
That's what I want. That's going to be my randomizer request.
some
We just
point,
do a
yeah.
podcast.
special episode.
Be
where it's
careful
just
what
us
you wish
talking.
for.
Yeah.
It's fireside chat.
I mean, I'd be down. Whereas this, we just shoot the shit for 2 hours.
The
Not fireside. We set the realm on fire.
you know what would be
And then
really,
we
really
make
nice? You guys are coming up with some really, really good ideas here. If
Look,
only
Honey Heist.
we had some sort of connection to like the media director at Zelda Universe, or maybe even just the Twitch director.
What?
Like,
What are you
I
talking
think
about?
If we had access to either of those 2 people, we might be able to create something really
I
interesting.
like how
Can
his
someone
first
find
thought
out
was
who
to
those
go
are?
over my head.
You know,
I was thinking it might be a YouTube thing, which wouldn't be under your. If anyone doesn't know, Elias is the amazing Twitch director for Zelda Universe, and Alex.
and
is the
I run
media director.
everything else.
That's
Literally
media.
everything else.
That's
Alex
media.
runs
So,
the universe. and the
Anytime
multiverse
you
and
guys
everything
think
in
something is
between.
going wrong with the Twitch channel,
Blame
it's
Elias?
probably
That's rude.
Alex's
Please
fault.
No,
send
it's
your
usually me.
complaints.
I'm sorry,
Please send your
Alex.
complaints to Peyton at ZeldaUniverse.net.
But remember to send your fan art and fan fiction to @Elias Thompson on Twitter.
Or
And to,
we
Lucas
could
Arts.
just go back to blaming Amanda for everything. Like, I was perfectly fine with that.
We can blame her once
Fair.
she guests on the show.
Listen. As long as I get my Honey Heist one shot, I'm good. I want to
Anyway,
roll anyone as bears.
I mean, there's bears in
Yeah,
Breath
we
of the
made
Wild.
it
And who
cool.
knows? Maybe there'll be
Exactly!
flying bears in Breath of the Wild, too. We don't know.
That's why I want to do Honey Heist. It's like, imagine Hyrule. You're in Hyrule. You're a bear. You're trying to break through a Yiga clan member to get honey.
Wasn't there a flying bear in like Link's Awakening or something, or Oracle
don't
games?
know.
The Oracle games, yeah, they had a bear with wings.
Yeah, that's
And that was always because you got each of the companions in the Oracle games. You got to try them once, and then depending on where you went next, you would get one for the rest of the thing. And I always wanted Ricky, who is the kangaroo with punching gloves, but I always got the bear. And he's boring because all he does is he jumps with his little pixie wings and it's boring. But Ricky could punch things.
I guess that means Alexi has to be the boring bear with wings.
But apparently.
I will note it.
Did you just
Although,
say apparently?
please remember that you have wings.
Jody, it sounded like you said apparently, and I appreciate that.
I didn't, but I will
Probably
take
did.
credit for it.
Wow. Wow.
Let's do this.
Yeah, I
I'm
think it's
excited.
time
Where
for
do
us
we
to
go?
return to the realms of the wild. What the hell was in the punch last night? The party had a rather strange dream the night before. But now, after dealing with the events surrounding Courage Zulta's death and being able to take a truly horrible person out of authority, the party now, after 3 days and nights of revelry, has to decide what to do next. Seriously, I had everything right except mine. Hold, please.
Thank you, Hold.
So, chat, I am auditioning for a musical. Yay! That musical is
Woo.
Legally Blonde. Can you guess what character I would like to play?
Vivian.
Honestly, if my belt was where it's like back to its normal self, that would be amazing.
I could totally see you be that character, bro, for real.
I
Can
can
I play the
belt that high.
Pomeranian? Can I be a Pomeranian?
Is there a
You know
Pomeranian
what?
in
In
that show?
our online version of Legally Blonde the musical, absolutely. There isn't a Pomeranian, but we can make Paulette's dog a Pomeranian instead of the bulldog it is.
So, you all wake up. The Kallio household has been kind enough to offer their guest wing for all of you. The patriarch had been insistent that heroes of the Zora will not sleep in a regular inn. They deserve the finest of treatment. So all
Okay,
of
that
you,
one burned down.
yeah. So all of you wake up in your separate suites in the Kallio estate. As you wake up, you notice it is gently raining outside, which a lot of places tends to kind of mellow the mood. People tend to stay inside. In Zora's domain, rain is a source of celebration. The streets tend to be more packed. People effectively sunbathe in the rain or rain bathe outside to just enjoy being able to be above water but still hydrated to the point that most Zoras need. So, as you all wake up and come to the main dining room, as has been your pattern for the past few days, you see Zulta's father has already arrived. Zulta's sister is kind of slumped over in her chair a little bit. She has a mug of some hot beverage that you can see steam rising from that she's just very slowly drinking. You would assume something caffeinated. Or Goron juice, you're not sure which. What would you all like to do?
As the rocks are specifically served to me, I just take a brief moment to eye one of them suspiciously, as if I remember a betrayal, but figured it must not have been real, and continue to eat them all.
Did anybody have that weird dream last night?
Not
Quick-
any more weird than normal.
Quick point of order.
No.
Jax. Zulta actually has a hydration bag that she carries with her. I believe
was actually
originally it was supposed to be around her neck.
It's basically like around my hip.
Like a
Funny just to imagine Zolter walking around like trying.
Yeah, it was
Don't
actually
refill her water.
It was something that we like when I researched Zora, found out about them, and so I made a point that we would talk about. Jody and I talked about it and decided that I'd have basically a water pouch on me at all times,
Mm-hmm.
so
It's,
that I could stay hydrated.
The lore of our universe, Zora that travel away from Zora's domain, because Zora's domain has so much water around it that anytime a Zora does start to get dehydrated, they can literally jump in the myriad pools around them. And their clothes is generally designed to be relatively absorbent, so that their clothes are generally always wet, so that they're constantly rehydrating themselves.
So though we haven't talked about it in 4 years, it has been canon since before the show launched.
See, this
Reminds
is how
me
my
of when
brain
I was
works.
researching Goron gender. Who do people have opinions on the internet?
I like Imp, but she's a noble, so the bag is filled with sparkling water.
Except like
just
carbonated beverages
bottled
aren't as hydrating.
It's bottled water. She fills it with bottled
Yeah.
water specifically.
A very specific high class kind. The one that has the weird like crystals all over it. Have you seen that bottle? It's like crystals and gold.
She
It's just water.
Zulta exclusively uses water from mini bars because obviously that is the highest quality because you pay $40 for it.
Yep, that sounds about right.
So she's always looking for waiters and other things like that and go, oh yeah, I need the mini bar.
Yep.
Anyway, so back to the conversation I so rudely interrupted.
Yeah, thank you. Did anybody have that dream last night? Or was it just me? Like I dreamt that I was like falling into another world and we were like in a game?
You're gonna have to be more specific because I have those kind of dreams a lot.
Hearing this,
That's
Zolta's
how we
like,
get engaged. We
Not-
play those games.
not another one. And she just goes and gets herself a drink and sits and nurses the drink. Like, if I pretend it didn't happen, it didn't happen. It's fine. Wasn't married to Pierre in a different world. Totally fine.
Oh my god, I forgot about that one.
I just wanted to say, why do we all get engaged or married in these random
Okay.
None
to be
of
fair-
this is ever written by me. This is entirely on you guys.
Actually,
Uh-huh.
in this game, it was not either Alex or my fault. We did not
was
decide
Elias.
to get married. It was
I
Elias.
was the one who
He
married
put us
them.
into the bodies of people who were already married.
Oh, all right. Fair
Yeah, it
and
was
Pierre
a one
was
shot.
Azora.
Yeah, it was a one shot that happened real early in the game.
Yeah.
Is that the one where I got to
I approve this
I got to
message.
actually play?
That
No, that
No, it was the
Close.
one you were gone.
Oh, it was when I was gone for 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you were in the
I
second one. not the
actually
first one.
played once, and Elias built a boss that was immune to my character. It was like
Gee, I wonder why.
It was really funny because I'm like, well, I'm gonna study strike them, the effective, because I made a monk because that's what I do, and yeah, it was really
was it
funny.
Was it in 5e?
No, it was
No, it wasn't this.
it was in Open Legends. I know the system well enough to create a stunning strike monk,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, the bad guy was immune to that particular bane. I was like, ooh.
Funny.
I don't think. Did I give you my character sheet beforehand, or is
I
that?
don't think so.
No, I think he
I
just.
think it was a coincidence.
Yeah, it just happened because it's kind of a broken ability in Open Legends. It's a bit broken compared to the 5e version where it's not really broken, it's just annoying to DMs. It's pretty broken. Anyway, so
To answer your question, Pierre, yes, I do have dreams.
I was asking if you
Thank
had
you,
dreams.
Kermit.
I was.
sorry.
Hi ho,
Why
Kermit
are
the Frog
there
here.
so many
Are we gonna have a
songs
problems or a
about
patriarchy?
rainbows?
Thank you, Legend Point. Damn it.
I just enjoyed.
My name is Kermit the Frog.
I
and
enjoyed
want
the
my Kermit
immediate
Frog
regret from Jody.
It's just
Listen, we all here Kermit friends. We love Kermit here
oh,
in this
Imp,
house.
take a random audience legend point because that's a great
Dude, Goron
Uh,
Dream of Gravel Sheep.
Philip
Oh yes,
K.
they
Dick
love.
reference.
I love Goron Runner.
Oh.
I would want to be animal.
Let's be real. I'm Ralph. I'm just or Fozzie, one of the two. So, where are we going? Where to next on our list? What?
Well, we still have to go to find the wound in the place that everyone else is from, everyone but us. We got to remember how to get there, though.
do we
Aren't
have an idea
going
of
to
where we're
visit
going?
your family so I can meet your aunt?
Yeah, that was another option because once we go do that and
Find out if
fix
you
that
died.
tear, we don't know if we'll be able to travel back and forth. And since we're from different Hyrules, we don't know what that means for us. So we were considering I don't know, trying to tie up any other loose ends. One of the reasons we came here, I think. I don't remember very well.
Well,
just
I mean, we
thoughts
came
that
here
are
to
in my
deliver
head.
a sword.
Sure, Pierre. That was the entire reason we came here.
But there were things. But that's what got us here was that we were to bring the sword to here, and then we found other things happening.
Zolta comes over in the middle of this and goes, "We just dealt with a lot of me. Let's spend some time dealing with a lot of this," and gestures at Arel and Aruna.
Yeah, I
How many ships are about to go under once this tear's fixed? I won't be able to see you guys again.
We don't know.
I've never
I don't
seen a
know.
ship in my life, Arel. I don't know what you're talking about.
We're a ship.
Wait, what?
didn't we travel on a boat once?
Did
We
wait,
did.
we?
And
Yeah.
then you went and sunk into the lake.
Yeah, you guys traveled.
You traveled in a boat. I
just sunk to the bottom of a lake and just started walking to shore.
To be fair, I saw that as more of like a
Oh, that's when
rowboat
we
scenario,
met.
not a ship.
All rowboats are ships if you think hard enough.
If you're small enough.
I
I'm
mean, if
definitely
you're
not
an
small
ant,
enough.
yes.
I don't know what that meant, and I just said it, and I'm like, wait.
I was trying to parse through the logic and I found none.
There wasn't any.
Yeah.
Good morning.
I have
Hey,
Yeah.
if a cardboard box can be a ship, a rowboat can be a ship.
So
You can
Mice
be
and Mystics
anything you
campaign
wanna
confirmed
be.
then?
Hmm?
I'm talking about
Oh, right. Mice and Mystics is a game, huh?
Yes.
anyway.
According to Jody.
According to Board Game Geek, and
According to
it's an
my
actual game.
knowledge of watching tabletop,
It's an adorable game.
I drink my water wrong.
I think I actually
when
bought
it
an RPG where you play as tiny, like Wind in the Willows style or Redwall style animals.
I would like a Mice and Mystics that is just the plot of Rats of Nin.
Yes.
So anyway, as
Maybe.
dinner or as breakfast is getting
Oh God, we're at
finished.
dinner already.
It's
Where
dinner
did the
time
day go,
already.
guys?
Dinner, breakfast,
How long
Hey,
have
at
we been
least
talking?
we're
about-
eating
Hey,
full
what about
meals.
second breakfast?
11 Z's.
So should we make a list of things we want to potentially all address together before we go to find the final wound.
And Zolta immediately thinks this is going to be a more emotional stuff and slinks away to drink her coffee to herself.
Zolta clearly has no input here.
I think she's just been dealing with a bunch of emotional trauma. So I'm gonna give her that. Let's give her that time a little bit more to recover.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This is great when you have very little information to remember. Did they give a general direction of where this possible tear could be, or do we know literally nothing?
Currently, you guys have already healed the wound in the Courage Realm. That was the first wound you guys dealt with. So realm
we know
you
it's in
are
the power realm.
currently in has been quote unquote fixed.
But the shadowy figure brought us here. So we need to find and
Well,
destroy a shadowy figure.
He's heavily involved in
Technically,
everything.
It's not
the
my
reason
shadowy figure.
You guys got here
It could be.
was because you played
Yeah.
with the Trifork and did something wrong, and then Chax, Arel, used the Shadow Realm to kind of get you guys from Limbo, and it deposited you here.
Is that where we saw like the multiple like versions of her like dead?
That was before that.
No.
That was
Okay.
when
That was in all the other Hyrules.
yeah.
So that was in the stuff that I missed though. Cool, got it.
Yeah.
Well, no, because we did get pulled here. We got
So-
pulled to the power realm, didn't we? Or the
We
Yeah.
I
tried
don't
to use the
remember. I'm
Trifork to
legitimately
hop
asking.
realms, right? And the first time we tried it, we screwed up and ended up in the Shadow Realm. We got
Yep.
out of the Shadow Realm by using it correctly, and we
Yep.
ended up here back in the Courage Realm.
Technically, you guys got sent to Limbo, and then Arel went to the Shadow Realm and pulled you guys all in.
Did
The
I
Shadow
miss
Realm.
that episode?
And there's
Oh
a-
yeah, first we went to the Void.
Yeah. And then there's just a random Lionel now in the Shadow Realm.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that, releasing him into a boss fight. I was thinking about last night.
I kind of remember. I missed so many episodes, but in my like
Really?
Yeah, we
COVID
can't go back there.
my COVID retail, the part of COVID that I basically lost my Saturday availability. I missed so much crap.
Don't
thank
worry,
you for
there are
calling
bots
our
right
show
here on the
crap,
Twitch channel.
Alex.
I didn't hear what you said,
I
Ilya.
said thank you for calling our show crap, Alex.
Maybe that Void Lionel has just become the big bad end boss now.
Uh-oh.
I'm just
Oh,
waiting
no.
for one time where Arel shadow steps and doesn't come out the other side because Lionel got her.
Wait, is that how it works?
No.
Kind of.
Maybe.
Her regular shadow step, she auto succeeds on. However, she theoretically has the ability to bring multiple people, and she theoretically can fail in doing that.
Oh no.
I see
Yeah,
it
Because
as a
that's how I
very
lost
Don't-
my
don't piss her
sister.
off
We
or
already
she'll
had
leave
that
us there.
conversation.
Yeah, I see it very much as like a Kurt Nightcrawler teleportation thing where it seems instantaneous, but when they slow him down in time, it turns out he's going through a different dimension to get to where he's going.
That's exactly what's happening.
I'm glad that I'm correct. There were demon creatures in that alternate dimension. And lava.
Arel, have you
I
thought of any ideas of how to get your sister out of the Shadow Realm?
We have to
Any
find
that
her.
we could maybe help you with?
Do
Have
you
guys
want to go
thought
back into
about
the Shadow Realm?
collectible card games? I heard they can do things with the Shadow Realm.
What?
Yu-Gi-Oh!
That's
Oh.
a Yu-Gi-Oh joke.
I'm sorry.
It's time to.
It took me a hot minute to be like, where are you going? Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm
that.
so sorry.
Yay.
I have my
love it.
original
You guys
deck
are
from
Red
getting
back
Moon
serious.
Baby.
there somewhere.
Red Moon Baby, one of the best cards. Griggle was outlawed from tournaments for a really good reason, but I love my Griggle cards.
Is that past Battle City? Because I only know the original. Once GX hit, I was
So
out.
Aruna
I'm literally just talking
asked
about the TCG.
Arel
Oh,
about her sister and saving her. And Arel responded,
Well, she tried to.
yeah. Before you sidetracked us. We need to find
You
her.
said that
Bring
there
us
is a
back.
card game we need to find.
Wow.
I
I was not
place
expecting that.
swords of revealing light.
Now you can't attack for 3 turns. Haha.
I approve this message.
You've
I love
activated my trap
Yu-Gi-Oh.
card.
I hated Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm not gonna lie.
I feel nothing towards it.
My little
love-
brother got super into it, and so we had like everything that made noises.
Oh.
I had that dual disc.
I just like the card game and the television show. Also, how dare you? Because as much as I love Yu-Gi-Oh, I still collect Pokemon cards. I don't go out of my way to
I
buy
will
Yu-Gi-Oh
die on
cards.
that hill. So we
Thank
need
you,
to
Zelda
find.
Universe TV, for deleting that extremely offensive message.
So, Pierre said we need to find, and continued with.
You said we need to find your sister. Where was the last time you saw her?
When I was like 11 and tried to
Hmm.
take her to the Shadow Realm, and she disappeared because she suddenly wasn't next to me.
So she's.
Yeah, she
probably
told us
still
this
there.
one of the times you were thinking really hard and not paying attention to what was
That's
going on.
true. That's true. I thought maybe you were trying to connect with her after being told the story, but no.
I
you were just lost in
mean-
your own world.
It's okay, Pierre. You don't have to lie.
I was like,
But maybe you should just care a little.
I feel like last time we all went to the Shadow Realm, it was more of a problem because of just
There was a
I
Lionel?
don't know. What?
there was a Lionel that we were trying to
No,
go get away.
No,
you
it was
guys
just a
didn't
horrible
go with
place.
Lionel.
Mm.
I
That's
just
like
went with
shit.
the Lionel. To
But
get
it
him
was
out of
just
the
a-
places way,
it's a
'cause there was
terrible
lot of
place.
Lionels.
But
It did require everyone holding hands, though.
It did. No, not everyone holding hands, everyone touching me. So I don't think that was too much of a problem.
I'm just wondering if there's anything you think we could do to help with that situation, or if you think we would just get in the way.
I've been searching for her, and I haven't been able to find her. So if you can somehow go into the Shadow Realm and find her.
Iruna tries to go into the Shadow Realm.
How
Just
would
thinks
you
really
like...
hard about it.
Okay.
Zolta's going to hide the Trifork from Aruna, just like
Why don't you make me a presence
check.
check?
Presents. Oh god. Oh, I have a score there. 16.
16. So as you sit there and try to will yourself into the Shadow Realm, you got nothing.
You only get mild indigestion.
I like
Oh.
this suggestion.
You
And-
think you think the Shadow Realm has some sort of connection to Arel, and without that connection, you don't think you can even tap into the energy there, much less be able to transport someone to there.
Could I use?
Well, I tried.
Can I use my precognition to try to see if I can sense like whether they're still in there?
We
I
heard
think you
her
mean
last time.
pre-science.
Yes, that's what I mean. It's part of pre-science.
That wouldn't
Wait,
really
you
be
mean
a
you weren't trying the whole time?
precognition thing, because that's like viewing the future. That would be more of a remote viewing thing, which I think you have been working on.
I have been working on that.
So I'll say if you want to try and remote view into another plane effectively,
Yes.
it's going to be extremely difficult. Disadvantage,
disadvantage, like-
6.
Woo, boy.
What if he's there? What if he's in there? Like, what if I take him to?
Then theoretically he wouldn't need remote viewing. He could view.
But then how
viewing
would I get
another
back?
location
With
in
me.
the Shadow Realm would be significantly easier if you were in the Shadow Realm already. The huge difficulty is coming from the fact that you are trying to peer into another realm effectively. One that, until you guys found Arel, didn't seem to be connected to this 3-realm trifecta you guys have been dealing with. That's right. Aurel is so powerful, she added another realm.
It's got a massive.
I'll
Hilda
do
refuses
this.
to
I'll
believe
take
that.
the disadvantage.
And her personality totally fits that edgelord kind of theme.
11. I didn't roll great on the d20 regardless.
Okay, so
Also,
as you sit
stop,
there,
you guys, it hurts. Stop trying to poke my wounds. We just got done with someone else's. Don't touch mine.
Zolta is gonna mix some
So
what
as-
basically is Bailey's into her coffee.
get some
Yeah,
Irish
preferred.
coffee. As Pierre, as you sit there and you start to focus and you start to use your ability to see in places that you are not currently in. You start by kind of focusing on the room, and you focus on the room, and you try to kind of see beyond the room, beyond the realm that you are currently in, and nothing seems to be happening at first. But then you feel a slight twinge in the room, like there is a wrinkle there. And as you focus on that wrinkle, your vision starts to slowly focus in on Aurel herself. And you're effectively, when you start this, you're effectively looking at the party and the room from above. And as you start to focus more and more on this wrinkle, your vision gets closer and closer and closer to Aurel until you effectively enter her forehead. And at that point, all the sound around you stops.
I really wanted it to be closer and closer to Aurel until she kisses you.
Face to face. Can I see him? Did I feel him?
Aurel, as you're sitting there and you're
Can
watching...
I feel him enter me?
This is why we don't focus on the pre-science stuff very often.
Take your legend point, Jax.
Oh dear. Oh
I
boy.
cannot believe you said that.
You can't?
Elias, I think we need to
Again-
change the rating of the stream to M.
Jax and I met
It's too early.
through Twitch Sings, where she was probably the most wholesome streamer
Oh.
on there, other than Mad Spike.
It's
Let me
gotten
tell
worse
you-
after being here.
Let me tell you about part of-
courage.
Let me tell you about part of the pitch Jody gave us of like, hey, fifth cast member, I know this Chax. I'm worried that you'll corrupt her. She's so pure.
What?
I'm worried that
was
you'll
a
corrupt
convers-
her.
Hold on, was that an actual conversation?
And then first episode, Chax is like, now I'm just gonna hit on everyone.
I flirt with everything and everyone.
I was nervous.
And
I was
now
trying
it's
to
your
be your
brain.
friend, and it just happened.
And you know
You were
what?
trying to be more than our friend.
But that's all I could think of.
I
So-
mean, it.
Aurel,
But my question still stands.
as you are sitting there and you watch Pierre kind of focus, you guys all watch as
Oh, no.
Pierre himself seems like his whole, not just body, but his whole kind of existence seems to almost like vibrate for a second as you watch him focus. And then you watch him, the pigmentation on his feathers, on his beak, on everything starts to slowly get darker. As this happens, Aurel, you feel a kind of additional weight that starts in your head, and it starts to feel kind of like a pressure where you're kind of getting one of those tension migraines kind of thing, the very early symptoms of it. Pierre, as this happens, you Damn
You're
you,
welcome.
Jax. You
Hey, I
proceed
restrained
to
myself. That was totally Elias.
go through her forehead and are surrounded by darkness. And the darkness, at first, it's almost like you've just closed your eyes and your prescience abilities have just ended. But then you start to notice the darkness around you is undulating. It's moving. It has weight. It has form. And as you keep looking around, you look down and you see your feathered hand, which is not something that has happened before when you've used this prescience ability. But it's different. Instead of the kind of royal blue feathers you normally would see, they're such a deep indigo, they're almost indistinguishable from black. The tips of them seem to be frayed somehow. You look at the rest of you, your wings have turned into this deep, deep indigo, and the feathers on them are frayed and missing quills. And you look down your body, there are patches of feathers missing where you just see darkness. No skin, no underlying organs, just pits of darkness. And looking around you, you see something that you've only seen once before, very briefly. You are in the Shadow Realm. It looks somewhat similar to the Hyrule that you're used to seeing, but there are no buildings. There are no man-made structures of any kind that you can see around you. You can see oceans and pools and things like that in similar places that you would see them in the realm you just came from. And you can see the very large mountains that surround the kingdom of the Zora. But instead of rich vegetation and things like that, you see strange shapes that look almost like they should be some sort of foliage, but they don't adhere to standards that you would think of trees or bushes or any other thing. And as you continue to kind of look around, realizing that you have effectively seen into the Shadow Realm, you take a moment and go, okay, success, I've done it, now I need to stop. And you stop using your prescience power, and nothing happens.
Oh shit.
What would you like to do?
Can I attempt to try again to get myself out?
Sure, if you want to attempt to kind of see into the prime material plane.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be made at disadvantage 12.
So wait, what are we seeing?
So what you guys are seeing is you watch as his existence itself seems to vibrate for a second, like he's just kind of been plucked from reality for a sec, and then you watch as all of his feathers, his beak, his skin, everything starts getting super saturated with darkness. The just shade of the coloration of everything is like someone has just turned up the saturation knob, and you just watch as everything gets darker and darker and darker.
I'm
Arel,
going-
what's happening?
I am going to take all my audience legend points, which is 10, and just throw them directly into this. So it's going to be a disadvantage 2.
Okay.
Meantime, I'm going to run over. Wow.
If you
I'm
would
gonna
like to
re-
sell,
I'm going to
send-
re-roll that.
Reroll tokens.
Oh God! If you would like to send Alex more legend points or reroll tokens, just
I highly
click on that
recommend
little ZU shield that you see pop up on the screen when you scroll over it, and find
barely
that
helped.
reward.
Although normally you can send him a great fairy heal.
Yeah,
It
you
works
normally
better.
do
But
that.
this
That's
time-
usually a better choice for him. But honestly, reroll tokens
So-
would be really great right now. I'm just gonna keep talking until
Let's
they
keep
send
going.
reroll tokens, so I'm not letting Jody talk.
So what did you get, Pierre?
Rolled a 10.
10. So
First
as
one
you
was a
sit
9.
there and you focus and you use your pre-science, the first thing that you notice is nothing happens.
Dope.
As you focus on your pre-science, it's almost as if you have been reverted to before you even had this ability. It's about as effective as thinking really, really hard about frozen orange juice because it said concentrate on the can. It's doing nothing. It's as if you have
Oh,
no
great.
prescience abilities.
Dope. Love that.
So I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna grab. I almost said Aruna, but this time Pierre.
As you place your hand on him, roll me a fortitude check.
6, but I'm gonna re-roll that. What
Okay.
is up with this? Hold on, sorry. 1 second.
Everyone's rolling great today.
For anyone wondering about like fudging dice for your, if you're a GM and fudging dice because you don't want bad things to happen to the players, sometimes failures create better stories.
15.
15. Okay. As you touch him, you immediately feel your arm start to ache immensely. Kind of similar to like pulling or tearing a muscle, just that incredible hard pain that shoots through the entirety of your muscles. It starts in your hand and it goes up your arm. And as it gets to your shoulder, you pull your hand back. You take 11 points of lethal damage. As you pull it back, you notice that as you look at your arm, you can see bruises going all the way up it. And as you kind of feel your shoulder, you can feel the bruises go all the way up to your deltoids and trapezius.
Is everyone okay?
Real
Pierre,
dice.
you look unwell.
Great observation, Aruna.
Oh, I think it's one of those times where Pierre has decided to stop talking again. But I've never seen him look like this while he does it before.
As you say that, Aruna, you watch as Pierre, who is kind of in a meditative state, you watch as his wings kind of drop down, his head droops, and he kind of collapses into the chair. Apparently
Still vibrating?
unconscious. No longer vibrating, he is now just this kind of very, very dark version of himself, and he seems to be unconscious.
Arel, what happened?
I am in pain. This is pain noises.
Wait, you
I
got
don't-
hurt?
Bruising?
Wow.
I don't
Where'd
know
that
what
come from?
happened. I just touched him and it all hurts and I don't know what's happening. I also want my dice because apparently
I
we're
would
26.
also like to try and touch Pierre.
Okay. Go ahead and make me
This might have been a
a
mistake,
fortitude
fam.
as a save. Sorry, I'm looking for...
Would we touch
At the
this
same
dice?
time, I will
said
touch the
no.
feather duster.
Which what?
There we go. Sorry. Since we're back in
Roast.
Zora's domain. When you said the feather duster, was that a loving term of affection for
Yes.
That, or are you actually picking up a feather duster?
No, I meant Pierre.
Both of which would be slightly out of kick character for you to be touching, but
There's,
I think the feather duster more so.
yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, it's literally one finger that
Okay.
I'm going to use to touch him on the other side.
So
when
Aruna, go ahead and make a fortitude save. Ilea,
19.
you can make the fortitude save with advantage 1.
because I chose one finger.
So as you touch it, Aruna,
It.
at this point it is an it. On 1d6, I rolled a 10. You take 10 points of lethal damage as you touch
Oh
it.
wow, yeah, that hurt.
I got
And
it.
again,
Ow.
you watch as... I don't think we've ever discussed this. Do Gorons bruise? Or do you just get, like, hairline fractures?
I'd say fractures, sure.
So you
Starts
just... You
cracking.
feel like your internal structure get these cracks that go all the way up your arm. And it stops about mid-arm. Because you pull it back as quickly.
Wow, that's gonna take some time to. Yeah. Wow.
Ilea?
18.
You take 4 points of lethal damage as you as well feel your arms instantly start to bruise as blood vessels burst underneath your skin, though it only goes up about your mid-arm.
Ow! Aurel, fix Pierre.
What makes
I
you think
didn't
Aurel
do
had to
it!
do anything?
did
Pierre
the
just
shadow
started
things.
thinking about something and then turned into this.
There were shadow things, and Aurel does shadow things, so
What
Aurel
shadow
should be able
things?
to fix things.
He just turned black.
There was no shadows.
I'm guessing I've let go of Pierre at this point after it hurt.
hope so.
Yeah, as soon as the reason you stopped taking more damage
1 point.
is
1 point.
you would have had to take your arm away. If you were still touching him, the bruising would have continued, and none of you want the bruising to get to your lungs. Let's put that out there now.
Okay. Perfect. So what I'm going to do, I haven't done this actually before, so it's kind of cool. Can I do a perception check to see just anything about what's happening to him? Like, especially since he's turning black. Can I see or feel any?
I would say if you want to try and kind of figure out exactly what's happening to him, perception would more be like looking
Physical?
at him.
Yeah.
Figuring out what's happening to him I would put that either in either logic or learning,
Okay.
unless you want to use unless you can come up with a way that you could use your shadow abilities to effectively diagnose him. You'd have to
I can.
describe a way to do that to me, but
I can, because when I'm Shadow Aurel, I can connect to brains.
aha! That's an interesting way to do things. So yes, if you would,
Yes, you
if you
just
would
did
like
that.
to transition to Shadow Realm, I will allow you to use effectively what you would use to control someone.
Okay. Cool. So I'm going to do that, and then I might use something that I haven't used before,
Okay.
but we'll find out. Let's see. Where are you?
I will say it'll be made at disadvantage 2 because of the fact that he is technically
Oh,
in
sorry.
2 places right now.
Wait, what? Sorry, my bad. I didn't mean to.
That's fine.
I did, but I didn't. I don't remember how to do that. Sorry. That's right.
So you guys watch as Aurel, in a
Shadow.
very different way from what just happened to Pierre, you watch as Aurel effectively starts replacing her existence with a shadow. Starting from her head, you just watch as she becomes a living shadow. She loses all features in her face except for her eyes that still glow. Her skin is replaced, and she is now a living, breathing shadow. And she moves over she moves over to kind of connect with Pierre and.
Cool. So I'm gonna use 4 legend points on this.
Okay.
So cross your fingers.
And again, it's regularly disadvantage 2, so that'll bring it up to advantage 2.
2. Yes.
Okay.
So I used influence, and I got a 29.
29. Not bad. So as you
Pretty
sit
much
there
the only thing she can do. So.
and you connect with him, having used this ability once before on an enemy, using it on an ally is a completely different experience for you. You guys watch as Arel gets closer and closer to Pierre, and you watch as her form starts to kind of melt and merge with his own shadow that is now occupying the chair. Arel, as you kind of merge with the semi-lifeless form of Pierre, the first thing that you notice is an extreme amount of pain all over your body. As soon as you come into contact with his shadow, it hurts immensely. But because you have a specific purpose in doing this, you fight through it and eventually have replaced his shadow and now can start feeling around his impulses and his motivations and the things like that. And you're getting to the point where normally you would be able to start manipulating those to control the creature. And as you get to that point, you hit basically a wall where part of his mind is just separated from you. And as you sit there kind of probing this wall and trying to figure out exactly how to get around it, you suddenly, the sound of the falling rain around you stops. And you see the wall become bigger and bigger and bigger, and suddenly you are standing on the other side of this wall. And you look down and you can see your physical form as Arel, not as your shadow form. You kind of look down and you look behind you and you can see all of Hyrule spread behind you. But in front of you, you see a wall that is dark and foreboding. And as you move forward and you place your hand on it, the wall itself starts to become translucent. And as you look through, you see the familiar sight of the Shadow Realm. And you can see off in the distance a small aviary form looking around, wandering aimlessly in the Shadow Realm.
So one of the abilities that this form also has is the ability to speak telepathically once we're connected. So I'm going to basically do that and ask him what the heck he did.
Okay. As you start attempting to speak telepathically, instead of the normal effect of you just thinking the words and saying them, as soon as you think them, they come out of your mouth in this place, and you are screaming them against this wall. Pierre, as you're looking around, trying to figure out what's going on, you hear an extremely faint sound. You can't quite pick out the words, but the sound itself sounds familiar. It sounds like a voice trying to speak to you, but it's like someone's trying to speak to you through a wall. And so you're only getting, you can tell someone's speaking, but you can't tell what they're saying.
Can I get a sense of direction of where it's coming from?
It seems to be coming from everywhere.
Can I attempt to listen harder to see if I can get more out of it?
Sure. Make me a perception check with disadvantage to 2.
I'm gonna use 2 legend points to nullify that to make it
Okay.
flat.
I thought you just used all your legend points on your.
I used audience. I had 2 normal.
Makes sense. Reminder, folks.
My
if you
rolls
just
are so bad today.
click on that shield. You can give legend points to the cast.
My rolls are so bad today. 10.
Guys,
So-
please.
So as you sit there trying to focus, you hear the words, and you can almost tell what they are, and suddenly you feel something brush against your leg. And you look down, and in addition to the strange kind of shadow foliage that doesn't seem right, there are now small creatures running around. They are both formless and solid at the same time. They seem to be quadrupedal at points, and they've come around and they've started kind of circling around you. And one of them kind of brushed against your leg, and where it brushed burned like you had just been touched by a searing hot poker. But it was the briefest of touches, but it was enough for you to kind of just be shaken out of it. Arel, as you sit there and try to speak to him, again, you basically say the words, which is strange, but everything about this is just strange right now. And you see him kind of look up, but he doesn't look towards you. And you see him kind of turn down, and he puts a hand to his ear, and then you watch him as his leg jumps up, and you can see small shadow creatures have found him and look to be preparing to attack.
Okay. I'm debating whether I should go back and tell everyone what's happening or just go rescue him. I think I'm gonna stop being Shadow Arel and tell everyone what's going on. And then
So as you kind of disconnect from this, you get back, and you are still technically his shadow at this point. And as you try to disengage yourself from him, you can't. And the feeling of being trapped and connected to him starts to make you panic. And you start just trying everything you can. And you guys watch as his body just starts randomly, like an arm will move, or his head will jerk, or his foot will kick out. And eventually you watch as his shadow kind of jumps out as Arel, you transition instantly back into your regular form.
Just really quickly, while all this is happening,
Mhm.
can I just look over at the other people we have been eating with and see how they're reacting to all this?
Oh, fuck me.
I forgot they were.
Remarkably enough, you guys had been so focused on this that you didn't realize that it seems in the commotion both of them have left.
That's
Okay.
good.
Okay.
However, Aruna, as you look around, you do hear the voice of Zulta's father telling someone to go get a surgeon or a healer.
Please don't cut off our arms.
I'll assume Zolta heard that as well and not do anything about it.
At this particular point, because everyone is so focused and just because of what's going on, anyone that doesn't specifically try to look for that like you did has no idea.
And I have no idea. They have no idea.
So, as you kind of jump out of your shadow form, you're back to your regular form, and the panic of just that kind of being trapped there is still with you. Like your heart is racing faster than it's ever raced before. You're slightly hyperventilating. You can feel your pulse in your ears. Your eyes are kind of getting that kind of blinking thing you get, where your vision just kind of beats with your heartbeat.
Mm.
But you are disconnected from him.
Okay. So I kind of imagine like her disconnecting and panicking and like kind of just being on the floor in not a good way.
Mm-hmm.
And just like sitting there breathing and sweating and basically trying to collect yourself, because that was really bad. And then, guys, I think he's in the shadow realm.
But he's right here.
No, he's not.
Okay.
And then I tell him what happened.
Mm-hmm. So you guys have all effectively been informed of what she saw and experienced. While this is going on, Pierre, these creatures are now, again, they're these kind of formless blobs, but every so often they will manifest things like their legs. And now you're starting to watch as they're manifesting effectively what look like mouths filled with sharp points in them. What would you like to
Great.
do?
Can I try to defend myself and try to avoid getting attacked?
How would you like to do that?
Do they look like they're literally about to start jumping at me?
Pretty close. They're kind of in that stance that we lose Elias for.
So talking about Animal Crossing, got it.
Yes. they're kind of in that stance. If you've ever seen a dog that is getting ready to actually attack, as opposed to just being aggressive, but actually getting ready to attack you. That
Does
kind
Open
of
Legends have a
tense.
dodge action that I can ready?
Yeah, you can definitely.
I'd like to do that. I don't know if attacking is going to be good at this point. I am trying to hope that I do not die
So
for this
my
terrible
question to you
decision
is
that I just made.
specifically, how do you want to try to avoid these? You do still have your wings. They look damaged, but they're wings. You are obviously, able to use your acrobatic abilities that you've always had.
I am going to utilize whatever acrobatic abilities and flying. I will first try to fly upward to see if I can just get out of their way, out of their jump range,
Okay.
or whatever that may be, because I wouldn't be surprised if they started coming for me in the air in a second. And I don't know their speed, so they could. I don't know how that's gonna work, but I will just first off just shoot up into the air and try to get out of their range, and hopefully not be in its AOE territory.
Okay. Make me an agility check.
17.
Okay. As you kind of burst your wings downward to try and take flight, the first thing you notice is the air here does not work like the air that you are used to. For the time being, you are unable to fly until you learn how the air works. However, there is still air here, and your wings still displace it like it would in the regular realms that you're used to. So you do get upward thrust. So you effectively have jumped very, very high and are in the air and need to decide what you want to do now. Let's say you're about 20 feet in the air.
Can I land so I am now behind them?
Like kind of glide down, or how do you want to change where you are currently in the
I'd
air?
like to. Can I use that thrust to kind of like flip over them
Okay.
and try to get I want to put as much distance from these guys to Pierre as physically possible.
Okay, go ahead and make me another agility check.
26.
26. With
That's the
that,
highest roll I've had today.
with your experience in flight, and especially with your experience in covert operations that you have, as you kind of realize that you're not flying the way you're supposed to, you instantly kind of realign your body, do another flap of your wings, and you propel yourself behind these dogs about 15 feet behind them. You watch as you go, as you jump, 3 of them jump on where you used to be and kind of collide. And you watch as these creatures, when they collide, their forms actually combine for a brief moment until they knock each other back out into separate forms. The rest of them kind of turn around and look towards you, but haven't started pursuit as of yet.
Cool.
What would you like to do now? I'm going to try something that's better than nothing. Sorry, folks. For the time being, Elias has disappeared. And Arel is Aruna.
Yes. Guys, I think something is wrong.
Perfect.
So, what do you want to do? Quick split-second decision. They look like they're about to start chasing again.
I'm going to. God. I want to try to make as much distance as I can.
Okay. You have a.
Can I?
You have a couple choices as far as where you want to go. You have, again, you are effectively in a zeros domain without buildings. So you can just run from them, leaping over the various like little pools and streams and things like that to try and find ways that they can't follow you. Or there are larger pools of water, and if you want to try swimming, you can see if they will follow you into the water or not.
I'll do. You said first one was just like running and trying to hide behind like things.
But basically, you can try to run away on land, or you can try to get away from them in the water. Or your
I
two
can't
choices
imagine.
right now.
I can't imagine getting really as far anywhere in the water. But let's start with land, but be close enough to the water where if I need to, I could just go in.
Okay. So you start kind of running away from them, doing the best that you can to use the various objects in the environment to make it more difficult for them to follow you. As that is happening, Arun is finished asking about what's going on. Arel, you are still a little bit overwhelmed from your experience. And Zulta, you are doing whatever it is you've decided you want to be doing right now.
Zilta, you are the decision maker here.
What would you all like to do? Aruna is pondering something rather ominous, and he probably will be until Elias comes back.
That's a change.
Other than Aruna, what's the current state of the union?
Pierre is unconscious. Kess is taking notes. Arel is on the floor, drenched in sweat, but she was
panting.
panting. But she was able to get a little bit out, and then you are Zulta. As of right now, you see no potential waiters.
And everyone else is passed out, so they can't act as waiters for me or concentrating way too hard to pay attention.
Family doesn't count. You can't ask your family to do things.
My family's not
Pretty
in the
sad.
room.
I know. I mean, you can't get.
If you'd like to look around, like Aruna did, you would notice that both your sister and your father have somehow vanished.
I will drink more of my Irish coffee.
Okay.
And, well, we're not going to touch Pierre again because that didn't turn out so well last time. Does it look like he's breathing?
From where you are, you can't really tell. You would need to get a little bit closer. You wouldn't have to touch him, but you would have to get close enough to.
All right, I'm going to go close enough to see if I can tell if he's breathing.
Okay. So looking at him, it takes you a good minute to be able to tell if he's breathing or not because his breathing is so shallow that he could almost be mistaken for a corpse at this point. But he does seem to be breathing.
Damn it.
Doesn't require math to math it.
Well, no, my goal was to
Right,
electrocute
beat
him.
Oh.
Were you literally gonna do the clear?
Yes. But you're breathing,
How does that
so that would not be the right choice.
Theoretically,
wake him
you
up.
can still do it.
I
You would just
could.
stop his heart instead of starting it.
Yeah, which is not my goal.
Have you
Okay.
tried turning it off and on again?
Well, now I want to do it.
Time to go look at the Open Legends book again.
So when I was in the shadow realm, I recognized the area that he was in.
You recognize the Shadow Realm itself. You've never been in this part of the Shadow Realm because you've never been to Zora's Domain before. And as far as you can tell, the Shadow Realm, for the most part, is a reflection of Hyrule without the influence of sentient beings, effectively.
Right.
So the few times that you've been to the Shadow Realm, like when you were in the city and then when you were in Kakariko, it looked like Kakariko without buildings, or Riverside City without buildings.
Right. But yes, because I was able to. I might be able to take you guys there.
Oh, wait, are you conscious?
I am. Yeah.
Okay, now wait, who are you?
Yay! Hold on.
Who
I'm
are you?
Pierre.
Okay, who am I?
You are Zulta. Hey, we're back. Except
Oh, I
Just
am
kidding.
now Aruna.
Yep, I'm Pierre. Elias, you are Arel.
I apologize.
Don't.
Glad to have you back.
My internet decided to just cease. And I've spent all that time trying to get it back. And also I apologize because I know Jody's now rearranging puzzle pieces he so carefully set earlier.
Aruna, what should we do? Because for a while I was the only one making any decisions, and that's not a good choice.
I don't know what's going on.
I
I've been
almost
gone.
electrocuted
I haven't even
Pierre.
been watching anything.
I am now running from Shadow Beast things in the Shadow Realm because I
So-
made a really bad choice and then rolled terribly.
Effectively, what has happened is Pierre is barely breathing.
He is breathing.
Yes,
Uh,
which
yeah,
is why I
they,
didn't
uh,
electrocute him.
They have confirmed that he is breathing, but just barely so.
Is it getting fainter or is it just baseline
Baseline.
shallow? Okay.
And I've just offered to take you guys into the Shadow Realm.
Oh god, that went so well last time. Sure.
I would
Then I just
normally
immediately touch Arel's arm.
Got it first. All right.
that might be our best
Calms down,
option,
but in the
but I'm a little concerned because last time all of us went to the Shadow Realm and we were all there. Pierre seems to be half there and half here.
well, last time I took you to the Shadow Realm to save us from a bad situation.
Right.
I think we were how did we get there? No.
We were in the void, and you took us to a slightly less bad void.
We all
Right.
had to touch
Effectively,
we-
Arel,
We had like used the Trifork and then got stuck in the void, and then I
Yep.
took you guys into the Shadow Realm. So I didn't put you in the void. Okay, good.
No.
Kitty.
Good. Hi, kitty.
Kitty.
Yeah, I mean, we can go there if we think it'll help him.
Or I can go.
Well, I mean that's your call, but it sounds like we're willing to go. The pro is you'll have backup. The con is
You have
What
to
if-
keep touching me.
I don't think that's a
not
con.
I'm still touching Arel's arm while they're having this conversation, just being like,
I hate it here. But also like if during the rescue attempt one of us could get stuck if things go bad, because it sounds like things very easily go bad in the Shadow Realm. Case in point, I look at Pierre. But it looks like Zolta's game. I don't know what Kess is doing right now. For some reason, I can't see what she's doing. But I am also game to go.
Kess goes, taking more notes.
Kess, I worry about you sometimes. Yeah, exactly.
She does too.
Now
your
it's thumbs
decision.
up.
It's
But oh well, yeah. I
or
mean,
if one of you
then
wants to go.
I place my palm on Arel's shoulder.
Oh, that's it.
so you mean half her upper body?
Yeah, pretty
Yes.
much like her entire back. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Are you guys sure?
No.
No, but we're doing it anyway.
Okay.
Oh wait, should we tell your dad that we're leaving? I think he went to go get a surgeon.
Oh, that's right. Should
Probably.
we heal our lethal damage or should we stay here? Let's go.
I don't know if Pierre has time for us to do that.
Maybe just write a quick note for him.
Yeah, didn't mean that. I meant heal our lethal damage.
I don't know what that means.
It's a weird term in our version of Hyrule, I guess.
Okay,
It
hurry up.
didn't
Oh.
go across the world. I'm writing as I'm saying that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Conveniently, there's pen and paper at the table.
I could watch an entire show with just Boole handing Kess different applications for new party members. Anyway, so Arel,
At least
fine.
we would eat.
It's fine. I have a backup character ready to go.
I now have an idea for a backup character.
I don't. Zolta will never die.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Let's take him, Trainer Jetty.
all right. So because you are multi-targeting this ability, you're gonna have disadvantage 1 for each additional target that you're going to be to the targeting. So that's going to be a grand total of disadvantage 3, since you're not bringing Pierre's body with you. Or would you like to try and bring his body? It would involve
No.
touching it.
No.
Okay. So
I'm not touching that body.
Put,
It would involve
put
touching
in
the
your
body.
note. Put in your note to your dad. Do not touch the bird.
P.S.
Wait, P.S. What was the main note about?
Your dad. We're leaving. Bye.
dear dad.
You're not my dad, but kind of my dad.
It was really
We're
nice to
going
meet you.
It was great meeting you. I'm glad that you're not a complete drunk anymore. We're going to a place called the Shadow Realm.
Are you
I guess
burning this bridge?
it's a thing.
I know it sounds like a seedy bar, but it's not. It's like this entirely
Yeah,
other.
yeah. There are no waiters there, so it really sucks. Don't touch the bird unless you want to make a pillow.
God.
A very painful pillow.
Wow.
I'm glad you have an idea, Alex.
I'm gonna be a Hylian druid for my next character.
I'm gonna turn all of Zolta's pets that she's been acquiring against her.
Goddamn right.
It would never be so disloyal.
And I'll have a
So,
third character ready in the back.
go ahead and make your roll for your shadow.
By the way, that was the main note. The PS says, actually don't touch the bird. It hurts.
This always happens. with me.
5 legend points.
Okay.
Which brings me down
Have you
to-
tried flying in the Shadow Realm? Yes.
I did,
Finally. You did something with wings.
and it didn't work.
Because
His
you
wing-
only remember you have wings when you can't actually fly.
To be fair, his shadow realm-
Sorry. Do you forget, Ilea? I have like one brain cell.
Pierre is underwater. Wait a minute, I have wings, which are useless.
That's why I didn't want to go to the water. I'm like, but like, you know, the funny thing is, my first thought is, I don't know if Pierre can swim.
Join the club.
Listen, it's
At least you
too-
can walk. You can reach the bottom.
By the way,
Ilea, do you ever
swimming.
think I have any brain cells that are actually smart? Because I don't.
I want to be clear
Well,
that
with your
swimming is something
pre-science-
that you can take on in this
Do anything.
game.
So I rolled a 28.
Okay.
Stick.
So
Fails.
Guys aren't dying.
you
Yeah.
have done this once before, Arel. But that doesn't make this any less terrifying for you.
I was about to say, if you say painful, Arella's so used to pain at this point, everything hurts.
As an aside,
Interesting.
swimming is a feat in Open Legend. I took it. Did you?
Nope.
Technically, the swimming quote-unquote feat is kind of similar to the flying feat, where it gives you an additional form of movement. You don't need it to be able to swim.
I know.
Having the feat just means you automatically succeed.
Oh. Well,
Do you have a flying feat?
I
He does.
do. Do I use it? No.
He told me, he asked Jody to make his character, hey, if my character's supposed to fly, do I need a flying feat? And Jody's like, yes.
It's a balance thing. If you want to be able to always fly, then you need to take the feat. He's never
That's
used
okay.
it.
I
A couple
can't
times.
really say anything because I have a climbing feat.
Yeah, she can run on walls, guys.
Wow.
Then why did you get thrown into a wall?
Because it sounded fun.
All my
I
feats
forgot
just make
about
me
it.
hit harder and tougher.
And all of Zulta's feats involve death,
Except for swimming.
except for swimming. So it's, let's see, special skills. Death.
Actually, yeah,
death,
it's
death,
attack
swimming,
specialization,
synchronized swimming.
multi-targeting. I took the
Guys.
multi-target boon specialist, so I can actually do boons for more than one person.
What if
Never
for
comes
my
up.
next feat, I, Iruna the Goron, take the swimming feat?
That would be awesome. We would have to
if you're
discuss how
doing
that
that-
works.
A
but it would be
pioneer.
awesome.
Wait,
amongst
if
my
you're doing
kind.
that, I'm taking flying.
It's exactly what we need. We need a flying Zulta and a swimming Aruna. So, back to Arel.
And a dead
Arel,
Pierre.
as you focus.
Sorry, I'm going to pause for just a second
Sure.
because you guys have to remind me whenever I teleport more than one person, I have an automatic advantage 3.
Oh shit.
Feet.
Okay.
Feet.
Yep.
Okay.
Our
Just-
discussion
sorry.
of feats
Thi-
actually was
On topic.
beautiful.
Yeah.
So,
I'm glad that my idiocy has enabled your
Arel.
success.
Thank
you have done this
You're
once
welcome.
before, but this doesn't make this any less terrifying for you. You have a lot of very bad memories of the Shadow Realm that always seem to resurface every time you return. Part of the transitioning between realms, you always hear a scream in your ear, someone calling your name, a small feminine voice crying out in pure terror and hopelessness. As you transition, you hear the scream again, though this time it is accompanied by another, a scream of pain, of anguish, of Pierre. And as the world around you starts to fade, and as the shadows extend like they would late in the day as the sun starts to disappear below the horizon. The building itself melts away. The terrain around you flattens and changes. The various trees and other architectural feats that are part of Zora's domain change into strange, formless shapes that don't seem to obey laws of physics as you know them. And after about 5 minutes of this transition, you all are now firmly anchored in the Shadow Realm. And that is where we are going to end it for today.
Wow, early.
I might have made a giant freaking mistake.
You
Might
think?
have.
Just
You
a
should have
little.
let me take you there.
I
Makes
Oh,
for
he
a good
wanted
story,
he
though.
wanted to enter you instead. Like,
I know he did.
I wanted literally to tap into the, maybe I can like see where they are so I can tell them. And then the dice betrayed me.
See, folks, sometimes failure is cooler than success.
That's
So-
how we
Look,
ended
it's
in the
gonna be a
void.
great it's gonna be a great story beat.
It does
now
mean
have-
we're putting off the Aruna Arel will they won't they conversation.
or maybe it'll extend. Who knows?
Which one?
So, as always, if you missed any of this episode, you can see all of the Realms of the Wild episodes right here on twitch.tv/Zelda Universe TV. They're lots of fun, especially the most recent one was silly and funny. And yeah, I hope you guys have been enjoying this. I had a lot of fun today. I don't know about anyone else, but I had a blast. So anyway, again, that is
I
all
had a
for-
blast except for 10 minutes.
Again, that is all for me today, and I will see you guys next time. All right? Bye-bye.